Hi, welcome back to the channel. Well, today's video is about buying a new guitar versus buying a MOJO shop guitar. And with the way things are today in the shipping and ordering of a brand new guitar these days, it's getting harder and harder to get a brand new guitar. It's taking longer and longer, and the prices of shipping are just going through the roof. And a lot of people are turning to buying used guitars. And it kind of makes a lot of sense. First of all, if you buy a used guitar, you get to try it out yourself. You get to try it and see what it's all about before you even touch it. If you order one and it's being shipped to you and it comes in the mail, you don't get to try it first. But I wrote down a few things here that are kind of points that when you buy a new guitar, some of the things that are that are kind of disadvantages, sort of, I guess you could say. When you buy it, when they build a new guitar at the factory. They build it out of new wood, the wood that's been just cut down, it's been dried, and it's been made into a guitar. And that wood takes a little while to kind of stabilize and get to the set to where it's going to be. So when fresh wood is sometimes not all that great. Guitars change a little bit when in the first year or so. Another thing is when they get done building the guitar at the factory, it has to be shipped to you. Well, it's when they ship it, it can go through a lot of different temperature changes and maybe altitude changes and stuff like that. Where it might go up in a plane where it gets really cold, and your guitar is almost freezing up there in that plane. Or it might go on a ship where it's getting a lot of humidity or something like that, or it gets cold there too, or it gets really hot. You never know what kind of condition it's going through on its way to you. One of the other things that they do at the factory is that they set the guitars up kind of high. They don't put them right down to where they should be. Where they're going to be comfortable to play and everything. They have to set them up a little bit high because they're going to go through all these temperature changes and all of these conditions before they get to the guitar store where, some guy's just going to take it out of the box, he's going to tune it up, and he's going to put it on the wall. And that's pretty much all you would do with it too. I mean, you would, if you got a brand new guitar, you would, get it, you tune it up, and you start playing it. You might change the strings on it and stuff, and, but that's one of the things that, when those guitars leave the factory, the fret ends aren't sticking out. But when you get it, a lot of times the fret ends are sticking out, and it's, they can be sharp along that edge. And that's because the wood has contracted because of the temperature changes and the humidity and stuff, and it just being new wood, it's just, it hasn't had time to stabilize yet. So that's, one of the things that, you have to address on a new guitar. And if you've ever noticed that when you get a new guitar, you always get a pack of tools with it. You get a truss rod tool, you get maybe you get a small Allen wrench for the, for the trem and stuff like that. But it comes with some tools. That's because they know you're going to have to get it set up. You're going to have to do some adjusting on it. If it was all set up and everything was ready to go, why would they give you tools? That's just an added expense for them. They wouldn't have to give you. But they take that expense and they give you some tools because they know you're going to have to work on it a little bit, And, even with a custom shop guitar, you might still get some tools, but, sometimes you don't. But another thing that you're going to have to think about, too, is that when you buy a guitar, you're just getting the guitar. You got to buy a case for it, too. You might buy a nice gig bag or you might buy a hard shell case for it, but that's added expense right there, And you might have to get that shipped from someplace else or whatever, you never know. So that's an extra expense right there. And did you ever notice that the first thing that you do when you get a brand new guitar is you change the strings? Why is that? Why should you have to change the strings? I've had strings that have been on a guitar for a year. Maybe on a guitar that you don't play all that much, but they've been on there for a year and they play just fine. As long as you keep them clean, stuff like that, they play just fine. So why you got to change the strings on it? It's just one of those things that you do when you buy a brand new guitar. Everybody does it, And then, you just got paid, you just paid big money for this guitar. Let's say that you paid $500 for this guitar, okay? And then you turn around and you had to buy a case for it, which was another $100, $150 for the case. And then you got it and you pulled it out of the box and you goes, wow, the intonation's off and the action is real high, and you know, there's some buzzing going on here, and I don't know what's going on here. You know, it's just there's things that's not playing the way you want it to. So what do? You try to set it up yourself. I mean, how many guitars have you set up? You know what I mean? It could be hit and miss. Are you going to be able to get it to where it's in its sweet spot, where all the notes are playing perfect up and down the neck? I don't think so. So you take it to some guy. Hopefully you take it to somebody who knows what they're doing. You know, and they put some love into it, and they take the guitar and they get it to where it's playing the way it should be. The way it should have been when you bought it. You know, you paid big money for it, paid good hard-earned money for it. It should be ready to play right out of the box, but, you know, that's not the case. So, you know, that's what you got to do. And after you've went ahead and done all that stuff, you ordered the guitar, you waited for it. Well, you know, you planned on it. You know, you had your heart all set on it. You picked it out, and you looked at, you know, 9 million guitars, and you decided on the one that you wanted. Then you ordered it. You saved up your money and you ordered it. And then you waited for it to get here. It took forever. And then when you did get it, you know, you had to go have it. You had to have it set up. And you had to get a case for it and stuff like that. You had to change the strings on it. You had to do a bunch of other stuff to it, you know what I mean? It's been a long way. And after you did all that stuff to it, you got all that stuff, is there any guarantee that the notes are going to play perfectly in tune up and down the neck? You know that every note on that guitar is going to play perfect. When you put your tuner on it and you play an A halfway up on the neck, is it going to come straight up A? Is that tuner going to go whoop right to A? You know? Is it going to play perfectly? Or is it going to be sharp and you're still going to have to do work on it and stuff? You know? Is it still not going to be right? You know? That's the things. And, you know, if you have a problem with that guitar, well, what do you got to do? You got to put it back in the box. You got to go down to the post office or wherever. You got to have it shipped. You got to ship it back to them so that they can take care of the problem for you. Or they ship you another. It's just, you know, with problems, you know. That's the thing about it. And, well, when you buy a MOJO shop guitar, see, you don't have those problems. And, you know, one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to show you just a little bit of what we're talking about. Be right back. All right, folks. Here we have it. This is one of the custom shop MOJO shop guitars. She's got the beautiful case that comes in. And tell you what, we're going to lay it down here, down there just like that. Bam. And then we're going to spin it around on the spinny chair here. Woohoo! Now, we're going to open her up. What have we here? This is a MOJO shop guitar. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that. This guitar is, I don't know if you can see it in there, it's in the back a little bit. This is a Harley Benton. I bought this guitar a few years ago. As you can tell, it's a very beautiful guitar. Now this guitar is comes with a certificate of authenticity. This certificate says that this guitar Harley number 0001 is an official MOJO shop guitar. It's got the date it was put together and everything like that on it. This guitar has a video that shows you every last thing that was done to this guitar, right from start to finish. This guitar also comes with what I do with it. Tell you what, I'll be right back with the rest of it. There's a lot of it. It might take a minute. Alright, there she is, the full package. The beautiful guitar that's had the 21-point modification process done to it, which basically means that it's had everything from head to toe meticulously covered and inspected and taken care of. Everything known to man's been done to this neck. It has been leveled out. The frets have all been crowned. They've all been polished. The fret ends have all been filed and sanded. The edge of the fretboard has been rolled. Everything known to man has been polished and buffed and waxed and oiled, and everything's been done to it. The guitar, the pots, everything, pickups, beautiful. Those pickups right there, they're out of a they're out of a Fender. They're not the stock Harley Benton pickups. Now, we don't mess around with stuff like that. We make it so that it sounds good. We don't leave no stuff in there. This guitar has CTS pots. It has a Switchcraft switch and input jack. It's wired in the 1950s style. Like I said, it has the certificate of authenticity. It has a beautiful MOJO Shop Guitar t-shirt. Or you can get a hat. And it comes with an Ernie Ball, beautiful Ernie Ball strap to go right along with it. You know, hey, I'll even throw in a couple of pics. You know what I'm saying? This thing is beautiful. It's had everything known to man done to it. You know, and the nice thing about it is, this could be yours. And you don't have to do anything else to this guitar. And this guitar costs what you would spend buying a regular old guitar. You went out and you spent $400 on a guitar, and after you got done doing all the rest of the stuff on it, you got a case for it, you got it all set up, blah, blah, blah. You got a strap for it, stuff like that. You'd have about $600, $700 into it. Well, that's about what these cost right here, right in that range. And sure, wouldn't come with no video, wouldn't come with no t-shirt, wouldn't have no certificate of authenticity. You know, it's going to come with some tools, which you ain't going to need on this guitar. This guitar don't need no tools. It's all set up and ready to go. Plays like a dream. You know, that's what you get. That's what you can have. You know, you can have a custom case that says MOJO Shop Guitar on the outside. When you walk into a place, they're going to know that this is something, that this is a special guitar in there. And you can say, hey, you want to see how special it is? Watch the video. You know, that's one of the advantages. Well, that's just an example of the kind of work we do around here. You know, and, you know, a lot of the guitars that we do have been rescued from local pawn shops or from, you know, under people's beds or something like that. You know, they've been unwanted and unloved. And, you know, in the case of a pawn shop, you know, so it was some guy's guitar, you know, he got behind on the bills and they had to take it down to get it pawned, and he never got it back out. And then they hung it up in there. It's been hanging by the neck, you know, hanging by the neck for the last, you know, for how many years? In there collecting dust. People walk by it, you know, nobody pays it any kind of attention. You know, when I go into these pawn shops, I swear I hear these guitarists going, "Please take me home. I've been here long enough. You know, I'm singing the blues. I've been hanging in this pawn shop long enough." And it really makes me feel good when I'm able to take one of those down off the shelf and say, "Hey, look, you're going to come home with me, and guess what? You're going to be a MOJO Shop guitar. You're going to get treated like a king." It's like you know, that movie Pretty Woman. You know, this thing's going to get taken, and it's going to be turned into a contender, a player. It's going to get a second chance on life. And you know, them kind of guitars are extra thankful, if you know what I mean. And the thing about them guitars is, you know, they're not made out of new wood. They're made out of old wood. And if it's had a chance to settle, you know, it's had a chance to do its thing. It's not going to change on you, you know. It's, you know, we give it the 21-point mojoification process, which basically covers everything from head to toe. We leave no stone unturned. If you've heard of it being done to a guitar, basically we do it, you know, within reason, you know. And you know, you don't have to go out and get a, you know, it doesn't come with tools. Doesn't come with tools because you're not gonna need no tools. You know, it's set up perfectly. You know, you won't even have to adjust it. And the thing about it is that when you buy it, you can try it. You can try it out. And if it's not exactly the way you want it, we can adjust it a little bit for you. So that when you take it home, it is absolutely perfect the way you want it. You know, that's the advantage of getting a MOJO Shop guitar. You get to try it first. It's not just shipped to you. You know, you get to try it first. And it also comes with a hard shell case. So you don't have to fool around getting a case for it. And it comes with the case that it's supposed to. It comes with the original case, not just a guitar that you bought a case for. You know? it makes a difference. If you have a Gibson guitar with a Gibson case, that's different than having a Gibson guitar with a Gator case. You know, there's a big difference. You know, if you got the original case. So I'm giving you an original case. And that's the nice thing about it. You know, everything known to man's been done to this guitar. You know, it's paid its dues. It's all prettied up. It's all dressed up, and it's ready to go out. It's ready for you to take it out on the town and show it a good time. And it's going to show you a good time too. Get up on the stage with that guitar. Watch it be thankful. Watch it play real nice for you. Watch it give you lots of love. Make you look good. You had the best night playing you ever had. You know, all notes are going to play perfectly up and down the fretboard. Every last note's going to play perfectly in tune, and that's going to make a big difference. You know, that kind of guitar cuts through the rest of the band. It harmonizes better when you play that guitar. When you play it unplugged, it's just more acoustic. It's louder. When you play it, you can feel it in your hand because it's vibrating right. Because everything is set up perfectly. When that guitar is all set up the way it's supposed to be, it's harmonious. It hums in your hand, and that's when you feel it. And that's when you go, this is a keeper. This is the one I want. I can feel this guitar. This guitar sounds better and different than any other guitar I've ever played. That's what we do here at MOJO Shop. We got the secret sauce. We know how to do that kind of stuff. We know how to do that. You know, you can bring your guitar in. If something happens to your guitar, you know, it's out of whack, you know, you whacked it or something, hey, you can bring it back to me and I'll take care of it. We won't charge you part of the MOJO Shop family. Once you buy one of our guitars, you need some service done on it or something like that, you bring it out and it's on the house. We don't charge you for anything like that because you're part of the family after you buy one. And you buy a MOJO Shop guitar, you're part of the family. And you get treated like that. You need something, you need a string change. You need a string change. Bring it on, or I'll change that string for nothing. It don't matter to me. You know, there ain't no other, Fender shop, custom shop, they ain't got no videos for their guitars, do they? Nope. Does Gibson have a custom shop? You paid $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $10,000, $20,000 for a guitar from some of these places. Do they have their own video? No. They might give you a Polaroid of your guitar sitting on the tech bench. It's about as close as you're going to get to that. We give you a video on YouTube of your guitar being done, of your guitar being played. So if you're even interested in buying a MOJO Shop guitar, or you're interested in having your guitar done, you can take a look at the videos. You can see what's going to happen to it. You can see how well it's going to turn out. You see how all the other guitars have turned out. And we've done a lot of nice, expensive guitars. You know, we've done some guitars that, should have been in the garbage. We've done ones that were in fires and stuff like that. We've done Strats that were in fires and Telecasters that were in fires. We brought them back to life. They got a second chance too. When you need a second chance on a guitar, you come to me. It's nice to have a video that you can show your friends. You say, "Hey, my guitar has a video." And when you get your custom package and stuff, and you get your strap and your T-shirt and your certificate of authenticity and everything, your shirt right up here or on the back, it's going to say, "Owner, guitar number such and such," so that everybody will know that you're the owner of a guitar, that you own a MOJO Shop guitar, and they're going to ask you about it, stuff like that. And that's always a good thing. MOJO Shop guitar is kind of like if Fender Custom Shop started doing used guitars. Instead of doing their new guitars, they started doing used guitars. That's how MOJO Shop guitars turn out. Like if Fender did a used guitar. It's gone through. It's done everything that it needs to do. I let the guitars tell me what they need, what they want to do, how they want to be. I'm not trying to make a guitar be something that it's not. I'm not trying to take a 333 and punk it out. A 335 and punk it out. I'm not trying to do nothing like that. I'm not going to put, skulls and stuff on a 335. No, we're going to do it within reason. We're not going to get crazy. We're not going to have no outlandish, mirror-covered guitars, stuff like that. We don't do that kind of thing. We make honest-to-goodness custom shop guitars that, maybe have some nice knobs on it. Maybe have some has a nice pick guard on there, But it has everything done and it plays beautifully. And you watch some of the videos. Watch at the end of the videos when we play them, how harmonious they are, and how they sound, how the fullness of the sound is, You can't get that, You really can't get that anywhere else. And that, my friends, is the difference between just buying a guitar and getting a custom MOJO shop guitar. You know, I might be the owner, but you know, I feel pretty fortunate that I get to provide people with something, a quality instrument that they're going to be able to play right away and they're going to be able to love right away. You know, at an affordable price, for under $1,000, you can get a custom shop guitar. You know, it's unheard of. And, you know, we spend a lot of money on old guitars. You know, you can spend a lot of money, more than on a brand new guitar, you know. And what we do here at MOJO Shop Guitars is I think, very innovative, and it is a good place. You know, it's a nice place where we fit a nice niche in the market, is what I'm trying to say. We found a nice little place. We're not real expensive, but we give you a lot of quality. We give you a lot of bang for your buck, I guess you could say. That's what you get with MOJO Shop Guitar. Plus, it has, for lack of better words, it's got some mojo in it. You know, every last one of those guitars is special, and they feel special, and they play special. And they have that something, they got it. You know, they have something that's just different from the rest of the guitars that you've played. And that's why you gravitate towards it. You know, you hear stories about some of these guitars, you know, so-and-so, they were getting ready to play a gig and they couldn't find the guitar. You couldn't find so-and-so's guitar. So another guy says, hey man, here, play this one I got right here. And he goes up on stage and he plays this guitar he's never played before, and he loves it. And he you know, he's just got to have it. And he ends up playing that for the rest of his life, you know. Peter Frampton comes to mind. You know, I watched that story about how when he got his guitar back that was in a plane crash, and then they got it all fixed up again, and Gibson got it all hooked up and stuff like that. And Peter Frampton said, when he lost that guitar, he lost his mojo. And it's true. You know, I've heard a lot of guitar players say they owe their livelihood and their life to that guitar, because the guitar has got them places that they would have never been able to go themselves. And you know, it takes a special guitar to get you to the places that you've never been before. You know, the right guitar can inspire you and could be the one thing that you need to move on to fame and fortune. You know, it could be the guitar. So that's the difference between buying a new guitar and buying a MOJO Shop guitar. You know, I might be the owner, I might be swayed a little bit one way or the other, but I think I make a lot of sense, you know. And the thing about it is, you know, you can't go wrong. You know, I spend a whole lot of money on it, you know. You know, you're getting a lot more than what you pay for, and that's rare these days. So I'm going to put my email address down here, and anybody that wants to get a hold of me to have any kind of guitar done, you want your guitar done, you want to buy a guitar, it doesn't matter. You just got some questions, you know, feel free to drop us a line. We really do appreciate it. And you know, not a lot of people have been dropping us lines, so why don't you come on and be the first. You be the first ones to get yourself some, you know, get in on it, because it's gonna take off quick, I hope. All right, well, you know, in closing, we're gonna go ahead and just, you know, say, you know, that you know, I'd like to thank everybody for watching today, and you know, thank you for your time and everything. You know, please, if you like this video, like, subscribe, comment. You know, I don't get a whole lot of comments, and we're just a little channel, you know. And we're going to be doing some other stuff in the future. We're going to be giving away some guitars, we're going to give away some t-shirts and some hats and maybe a few other things like that. You know, we're little, but we're getting bigger, and we're trying to do some great things. And you know, it's been said that, you know, you really haven't played guitar until you've played a MOJO Shop guitar. You know, we go from the pawn shop to custom shop, and you know, nobody does that. Nobody has video for their guitar, you know. We're trying to be very innovative. We're not trying to be imitators. We're trying to be innovators, you know. And, you know, your support is greatly appreciated, you know. Everything that you know, get a guitar, come on down, try one out, and you'll know what we're talking about. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all your support. And adios for now from MOJO Shop Guitar. Baby.